Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binaries of all ages, welcome to How to Make a Literal Cat in your favorite RPG. I hope you're not here to learn how to do character creation the right way, because this is the Cat Creation Podcast. Hosted in part by me, Joel.
Hosted in other part by me, Avalon.
And our special guest today,
Craig Shipman from Third Floor Wars.
Hello, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Howdy. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So, Craig, before we begin and talk about the game, we give all of our guests an opportunity to kind of share their credentials. So, what cat experience, podcast experience, or RPG experience might you be bringing to the table today?
Well, I am one of the rare few cis white males with a podcast, which I know is shocking, right? But I do have a podcast of my own, right, called Tabletop Talk. It is focused on the creative process, and I bring on designers, mostly of RPGs, but also of board games and things like that. And I talk to them about how do we go from this doesn't exist to now I can buy it. So we walk through the creative process and talk through it. I also have a Twitch and a YouTube channel, Third Floor Wars, where I do actual plays, where you can see me running games. I have guest GMs come on, and we focus on a lot of games that don't have an ampersand in them.
Same here.
Yeah.
All right. Now, about the game that you wanted to do with us today.
So I am a huge fan of Outgunned. Two Little Mice put out this game about a year and a half ago. They did the Kickstarter for it, probably closer to 2 years now. It's a descendant of their earliest game, which was called Broken Compass. This is kind of a 2.0 version of Broken Compass. I think the best way to describe the game is actually in their ad copy. Do you mind if I read it?
Go ahead.
Outgunned is a cinematic action RPG inspired by the classics of the genre, from Die Hard to True Lies, passing through James Bond, Atomic Blonde, Kingsman, Ocean's 11, Hot Fuzz, and John Wick. And Outgunned, players take the role of action heroes facing terrible odds. They will be constantly surrounded by enemies while trying to carry out their missions, be it robbing a casino or saving the day. So this is definitely a game that's built from the ground up to simulate just that high action, ridiculous genre.
Love that.
It's really cool.
It sounds like it's got a lot of good inspiration, too.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
Broken Compass was good. This is great.
Well, all right then. I'm excited. As I'm sure you know, we are in the middle of a bit of a kick on, or not kick. What's the opposite of a kick?
Slump?
No. The one where you get like, you're in the, like you really want more of it.
Oh,
Thirsty?
Sure. We are currently thirsting for action movie type RPGs, focusing on martial arts, the B-movie genre, the whole like, John Wick, Indiana Jones, that kind of thing. So this is perfect for that.
Yeah, and if you guys want me to, at the end, I can give you a whole bunch more. There's a lot of good games that aren't talked about enough that help fit that genre.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear more. We've got our list for this season, I think, but yeah, that's what we're doing all fall.
Very nice.
can never have too many RPGs.
I concur.
You really can't.
I've got an entire third floor full of them.
Hey, wait, is that why the show got its name?
It is. Literally the third floor of my house is devoted to gaming. Got about 1,000 square feet, bookshelves everywhere, a huge gaming table in the middle, a bunch of movie posters, my rig to do streaming. I'm a spoiled little boy.
That sounds awesome.
It's pretty cool.
All right. I think we are almost ready to get into the game itself. But before we do that, Avalon and I are going to go through and we are going to read through the cat creation rules, because the game has its own rules for creating characters. But we as a show have rules that we have to follow to make sure that the character we make remains on target, on brand, and, of course, on cat, because we're making a cat. In fact, that's rule number 1. We accept no cop-outs. It's a cat. We're making a cat. The exact animal that comes to mind when I say the word. No anthropomorphic races. No people turned into cats. No lions. No tigers. No other cop-outs you can imagine either.
Rule number 2 is we cannot use homebrew/house rules. If the rules in the rulebook don't let us do something, we count it as a rule broken.
Yep. Rule number 3. If the game includes stats for a literal cat, those must be used or adapted to the game's character sheet. Is that a thing here?
It is not. So this is going to be very interesting.
All right. I didn't think so. It rarely is, but I gotta ask.
Always got to make sure.
Yeah, the character creation is very simple. You can have a character fully fleshed out and ready within 15 minutes. It might take us longer than that because I think the two of you are going to have to make some critical decisions on what is most feline and the choices. But if you are making an action hero that it is not a feline, you'll find that the character creation is very easy.
All right.
Yeah, usually we do complicate what should be very straightforward character creation.
And then broadcast it to the world.
Well, what else are you going to do with it?
Yeah, we had to share this. We couldn't keep this to ourselves.
Exactly.
Continuing the rules, Rule 4 is the character, class, background, playbook, job, what have you, must exist in the game's core rules or as part of an official expansion. Again, we cannot use homebrew classes. They're not real.
Yeah. Rule number 5, the cat can learn any skill available to its class, even if it's not something a cat could normally be trained to do.
Rule number 6 is if a tool would be physically impossible for a literal cat to use, even if comically downsized for them, they cannot use it.
And rule number 7, if a character sheet has a section that is meant to be filled out in collaboration with the whole table, we leave that blank so potential players can make it fit the group that they're playing with.
And finally, rule number 8 is we have to keep track of every rule that we break.
And with that out of the way, let's start looking at the actual game.
Yeah, do you want to talk about the first big decision?
Yes, please.
So the game starts off with you have to pick a role. And these roles are your standard archetype tropes for action movies. And what's nice is the names tell you everything that you need to know. And as I read off these names, you're going to automatically think of 2 or 3 characters in an action movie that fit these tropes or these roles. But the question for us is, which one fits the cat? So the first one, the commando. Then there's the fighter, the ace, the agent, the face, the nobody, the brain, the sleuth, the criminal, and the spy.
I love how some of them are also Team Fortress 2 class names. Let's see. What have we done so far with the other, action movie games that we've looked at?
What other ones have you guys looked at? I'd be curious.
So far we've done Action 12 Cinema,
Nice.
And what was the one we did last week?
We did straight to VHS.
Yeah,
Very
that
nice.
one. And we got Spirit of 77, a guest lined up for that in the future as well.
So which of these archetypes do we think best fits an actual cat? I'm going to go ahead and say the ace doesn't, because I don't see a cat as a car driver or a motorcycle rider or a pilot.
No.
Probably not.
Unless you can do some really granular customization or just say something exists, there's not really vehicles that cats can drive.
Yeah. The agent, I think, is tough because that's usually like a police officer or a government agent or a double agent. It's kind of a spy type person.
Yeah, we just did a police officer cat last episode.
Yeah, so let's see. I think commando's in play. That's a soldier, marine, or a mercenary, but not, I don't think we throw it out yet, but that's possible, right? Same thing with the fighter. That's your martial artist, your bodyguard, your bouncer, your melee expert. Maybe keep that around. Lord knows that cats like to hit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
True.
The face, that's your talkie, right? Actor, professional gambler, the face of the group. The nobody might fit. So I know you guys have the PDF. If you go to page 28, the nobody is described as a simple, everyday person, a family man or a woman, the neighbor next door, a retiree, or a cashier. Not all heroes are strong, brave, and trained for action. Some are simple folk who just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Everyday people, the nobodies didn't ask to become heroes, but when action comes a knocking, they prove to be more determined than they believe themselves. That's possible, right? You got your brain. I don't know if that'll fit. I know cats are smart, but you've got your sleuth. That's your detective, reporter, private eye. Criminal might fit for a cat. Thief, convict, informer. I think that's possible. And then, of course, you've got your classic, the actual spy. Somebody who works for M16 or MI6 or CIA or the KGB. So
Gotcha.
What are we feeling?
Well, I've got 2 thoughts. First and foremost, cats do have a natural affinity for crime, and against all odds, we have not made a criminal yet in Action Fictionatum.
True.
My other thought is the sleuth. Last time I said we made a police officer. They were explicitly not a detective.
Yeah, we had to make that very clear.
She was not the brains of the operation.
I still think the nobody's in play.
The nobody would be in play. Okay, that might be the interesting angle to go with here. I don't think the other games we've looked at have given us the option to just make a hapless cat who just wandered into the action movie.
That's what I'm feeling. And that's something that I thought was one of the millions of things that I love about this game is everybody has seen the nobody in an action movie, right? The person that's brought in and fell into this action, usually not the star of the movie. They're usually, the person that gets roped into it. Think, what's his face? Roseanne's ex-husband in a superhero one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Just a normal dad that just gets tangled up and pulled into the action movie.
Isn't there a movie out there now that's actually called The Nobody?
Well, Nobody starring Bob Odenkirk is more of a retired spy being brought back into the action.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to, the first one was good. I haven't seen the second one, but he's trying to get out of the business and keeps getting drawn back in.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of The Nobody.
Yeah, right. I do like that.
So, well, now that we've come up with the class, or the role, as it's called in here, we've got some simple decisions to make. If we were making a human nobody, they might be a little bit tougher for what we're trying to do here. The first thing is we have to give our nobody a job. Now, the examples that they give are an employee, a cashier, a nurse. Can we say cat's a job? Pet? What do we think?
Pet might qualify as a job. Usually we'll go with something like bum, moocher.
All of that fits for this group.
Little guy, I think we put as the job once.
Nice.
I like moocher.
All right, we can do moocher this time.
All right, so moocher. Okay, so next we need to come up with a catchphrase. So what is the catchphrase? Which incidentally is something that affects mechanics in this game. You get a bonus if you can work your catchphrase into play. The examples that they give for the nobody is, I didn't even want to come here. Everyone can do their part. My kids are not going to believe this. What do we think is a good catchphrase for our cat? Is it meow?
I was thinking the same thing.
We did just give another cat meow as a catchphrase like 2 episodes ago.
What is it called when a cat, what is this? We all know the sound a cat makes when it's like freaked out and it jumps straight up, but is there a word for that sound that a cat makes in that situation? That sound.
Ooh, I wonder if there is a word for that.
You want Avalon to spell out
how do you spell that?
Just like it sounds.
I think that's
perfect. Cannot be read any other way.
What is the one moment? I think I may have found the name.
All right, let's hear it.
It's called Cat Sound from Disc 2, Track 26 from Hollywood Eagles Premiere Edition 1.
Okay. What is the track name? Does it have a name?
I think it's just called Cat Sound, but the name of the track is Track 26.
Okay.
On Disc 2.
So let's go rare and then in parentheses cat sound.
Yeah, but that is the angry/injured cat noise you hear at the end of every, pile of things falling down in movies.
Yep.
Nice.
That is the source of it, at least. Kapow!
Blammo!
Bang!
Ka-chunk! That's one of my favorite.
Ka-chow!
Ka-chow!
Wait, no, that's Lightning McQueen, my bad.
Sorry, Joel, we were looking for action onomatopoeia in this action fiction autumn mid-roll.
Ah, I see. An action fiction onomatopoeia.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand perfectly now.
Yeah, well, welcome to the mid-roll, everybody. We're here to tell you more about the show that you're currently listening to. If you find yourself curious and want to learn more about the show, one of the best ways to figure some of that stuff out is to go to badgertrove.com/literalcatpod.
Yeah, go to badgertrove.com/literalcatpod. You'll find links to our social media accounts. You'll find links to our Patreon, our email account where you can send us pictures of your cats. Guys, we have once again not been receiving pictures of cats in our inbox. You can fix this.
You can. By one small donation of a JPEG, you can make the lives of these 2 podcasters better.
For the price of a JPEG a day.
Just think, it's only a few megabytes on your data plan, and it'll help us out.
And let's be real, most of us don't have limited data plans anymore.
Yeah, we know you're not running on minutes.
I mean, you might be. It's not everyone who's not. But also, this podcast is probably a bigger drain on your data plan, if you have one, than emailing us a picture of your cat would be.
Yeah, and I know you cat havers out there take pictures of your cats.
Exactly.
Those funky little guys are always up to something, and we want to know what that is. So email us at literalcatpod@gmail.com.
But don't worry. If you don't have a cat, there are still ways you can support us. You can go to your podcast app and leave us a rating. Honestly, that's the best thing you could do for us right now. Leave us a rating. Tell us how we're doing. Tell us we're doing a good job and that you're happy with your podcasts about making cats and RPGs. It'll make us feel good. It'll also make the algorithm feel good about showing us to other people on the same podcast app that you use.
Yeah, whatever that may be, go over there, write us a few words. Let us know what's up. How you feeling about this show?
Exactly. That's the important stuff right there.
There's another big way to support us. You can go over to patreon.com/badgertrove and you can find some of the stuff we're doing over there. We've got some low cost tiers to kind of get your foot in the door and kind of see what the show's up to. Also, shout out to the Patreon for picking the current season theme.
And for picking the next one. That'll happen in December.
Yeah. If you want to toss a couple of bucks our way, whether that be per month or just for the one time, whatever, feel free to go over there, show your support financially if that's how you feel.
Yeah, we'll try and make it worth your while. I think, did we get everything? We talked about going to the website to find our socials, so I guess if you don't want to go to the website to find our socials, it's Literal Cat Pod on basically any website you could think to look at, including YouTube.
Yeah.
I guess in that case, Avalon, why don't you just tell us what you want our audience to follow?
Well, if you feel so inclined, you can follow me online. I'm at Avalon Alchemist on Blue Sky and Twitch. Those are about the only two places I'm posting right now. So yeah, go drop me a follow. I stream sometimes when I'm not doing real life stuff, and I post sometimes when I'm feeling goofy. So, Joel, what do you have over there?
Well, you can follow me on Twitch, Blue Sky, YouTube, Tumblr at OmamerVT. That's my whole deal right now. I am doing the VTubing thing. I'm a little pile of sludge and tentacles named Omamer. It's been a lot of fun. I've been editing a lot of videos for my YouTube channel. Got, let's see, at this point in time, 2 left coming out this month. Let's see, this will be coming out the 15th, so I will have 2 videos coming out, one on the 23rd and one on the 30th.
Ooh, nice.
Subscribe to my channel to see them, and also all the other videos I posted, because why not? There's some stuff about making characters in Monster of the Week on here, and I'm working on a video about making characters in City of Mist, using my VTuber friends as examples.
Sounds like a fun time.
Well, I thought so.
Is that all you got?
For now, I think that's all I got.
Alrighty. Well, then I think we should let this listener in particular right here, the one in the slacks with a nice bow tie on. Who is that? Is that deep red wine tie? That's a nice color.
Oh, I thought you were pointing out the wine that they spelled on their shirt, but no, you're talking about the color of the tie.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to bring attention to that.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, everyone else, you're stuck here in the mid-roll. But if you've got the nice tie and the slacks on, you're good. You can go back to the episode.
All right, so we've got our role, we've got our job, we've got our catchphrase. Next, we have to give our nobody cat a flaw. Now, the ones that they give examples for is, I can't fend for myself, I trust everyone, I'm afraid of guns.
Those would all fit a cat, but I think we can come up with our own.
Must knock everything on the floor.
That's a good one.
That's a flaw. I'm just a little guy.
Can't stay focused.
Yeah, I like that one. These are things that, if we're talking about somebody in an action scene, right? Mm-hmm. What is something that would make it harder for them to be successful in an action scene?
Maybe it's just that their first instinct is to run and hide.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Law is run and hide. All right. So now we kind of get into some of the more granular mechanics of the game. So very quickly, you've got a series of attributes, and under each attribute, you have a list of skills. And by default, everybody has 2 dots in each attribute and 1 dot in each skill. These dots represent how many die you roll when you are rolling it. So for example, by default, I've got 2 in brawn and 1 in fight. So if I was saying, hey, I'm going to try to punch this guy, I would go, well, that's going to be brawn and fight. So that's going to be 2 dots in brawn plus 1 dot in fight. I'm going to roll 3 dice.
Okay.
And the game doesn't have numbers on the dice, though you could use numbered dice. The reason being is there's no target number. You're not trying to get above or below a certain number. It's basically Yahtzee. So you can pair is a success. Getting 3 of a kind is a bigger success. 4 of a kind is even better success. 5 of a kind, so on and so forth. essentially the more dice, the better, right? That greatly increases yourself to pair up and to triple up or to get 2 pair, but it's essentially Yahtzee. So we automatically, as a nobody, get an additional point in smooth. So we go from 2 smooth to 3 smooth. We pick up a skill point in fight, which is under brawn. We pick up 1 in shoot, which is under nerves. We get 1 in survival. We also get 1 in leadership. We get 1 in speech, detect, fix, heal, know, and dexterity.
That makes sense.
Yeah, all of that makes total sense, right? So now we have to choose 2 feats, and we're limited to a list. Feats are essentially something special that I can do. It allows me to break the rules. And the feats that are available to a nobody are high culture, I'll make a phone call, lie to me, mechanic, physician, silver tongue. They pretty much do what you think they're going to do. So high culture is the ability to kind of pass yourself off among the richy rich. I'll make a phone call is essentially, I just know people and we need to figure something out. We need help here. We got to do something. I'll make a phone call. Lie to me is the ability to, I think it's detect lies. Now I've got to look it up. I don't remember. Feats in this thing are great. So lie to me is you can understand the person in front of you at a glance. Mm-hmm. So you gain a free reroll when you're trying to understand somebody's intentions or spot lies. So essentially like a lie detector, right? Mechanics, a mechanic, physician. Silver tongue is, kind of the, fast talk type skill. So what are we going to pick what 2 are we picking for our cat?
All right. So I feel like we have to take lie to me.
I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanic and physician are going, and I didn't hear you say this one, but I see listed here proven driver. I don't think we can take any of those. Between silver tongue and I'll make a phone call is where I'm at right now.
So I think you have to throw out I'll make a phone call.
Yeah, you can't literally call anyone.
Right. So I think it's between high culture and silver tongue.
All right.
What is high culture again?
So high culture, let me bring it up here and I'll literally read it to you here. So high culture, you've studied it and it shows. Gain a free reroll for all rolls to recall information about general culture, literature, history, and geography.
Okay.
So this cat would have had to study something. If we're wanting to say this is like your average everyday cat, I feel like that's a harder one to sell than silver tongue.
Yeah.
I think we go silver tongue.
Down for that.
Yeah, maybe not literally a fast talker or a smooth talker, whatever you want to call it, but man, he's so cute.
All right. So next step is you figure out the age. I think this is one of those rules that really doesn't apply here because this is human years, right? Whether you're young, an adult, or old. So I don't know. Is this one we want to skip or do we want to work on it? We want to use it?
I do have a list of the actual like average ages, lifespan, etc. of cats. Like cats could live an average of 12 to 18 years. So we could work within kind of that time frame. Usually for age, we put something between like 2 and 6 or 7, I think.
So adult?
Yeah.
Yeah. So adult has no mechanical changes, which makes our life a little bit easier. But for those listening that are going to do something real dumb and make a human character in this game, what's fun is you get bonuses and drawbacks if you choose young hero, and you also get bonuses and drawbacks if you pick an old hero, which is great. So you can have a kid or a teenager, or you can have Indy's father from Last Crusade, and mechanically you're still viable.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So next big decision are tropes. So we figured out our role. Now we've got to talk about tropes, and the tropes are not what you do, but kind of how you do it. So here are our choices: bad to the bone, cheater, cool but distressed, diehard, free spirit, genius bruiser, good Samaritan, hot stuff, hunk, jerk with a heart of gold, last Boy Scout or Girl Scout, leader, lone wolf, mentor, neurotic geek, party killer, trusty sidekick, vigilante. And this is, I'm going to keep saying this with a stupid game. Another thing I love, right, is you can pair these up by, I could have everybody choose spy in the party, but by choosing a different trope, they're going to be very different characters.
That makes sense.
So I'm eyeballing trusty sidekick.
I was also thinking about that.
Yeah, that one's lone wolf definitely fits.
Jerk with a heart of gold sounds funny. If we're
we definitely covers both sides of that, right?
Yeah.
Despite them being a jerk, it's the heart of gold that makes us like cats.
Yep. Let's see. It's probably not a good fit, but I do want to read Bad to the Bone real quick.
So this is great. You're clearly trouble. You're the kind of arrogant prick no parent would ever want to see beside their child. You're bad news. No two ways about it. But maybe you're only looking for a chance to do the right thing. And the quote is, listen, I'm no hero and I don't care.
I mean, this is a cat who does run away from conflict, so.
Yeah, well, let's look at trusty sidekick.
Yeah, that's probably the one that makes the most sense. I feel like
so.
That's likely the one to go with.
The quote is, all set. What would you do without me? There's one person you really care about in your life. One you see as truly worthy or in need of your help or protection. You decided to stick by their side and have become the perfect wingman, a trusted friend who's worth more than any treasure. So the other one I thought of is Lone Wolf. The quote is, go to hell, leave me alone. This might fit. This might win. You come off to strangers as abrasive and rude. Indeed, you're pretty good at keeping others at arm's length, but your friends know that they can rely on you. You live on your own, possibly in close contact with nature. That might be the one.
I think that fits really well.
Yeah.
Now, the last one that we talked about was Jerk with a Heart of Gold.
Oh, let's look at that one. So the quote is, no, I told you, don't even think about it. Don't look at me like that, though. You're impudent, unreasonable, and far too sure of yourself. You're the kind of person that mocks their friends or flirts with everyone. Sometimes you're unbearable, but deep down you care. That's pretty good too.
Yeah. Although I do think trusty sidekick is probably still where I'm leaning.
So I'm leaning Lone Wolf. So Avalon, you want to break the tie?
Oh, this is such a hard decision.
Is this cat codependent or independent?
Right. Or nobody mooch your cat.
I was about to say, if he's a moocher and they're very afraid, I think trusty sidekick might be it.
All right, let's go trusty sidekick. So we're going to keep building out our attributes and our skill points. So we're going to pick up an attribute point in either in nerves or focus. I think for a cat, it has to be nerves, right?
Well, if we're a coward, then maybe focus.
So focus kind of covers detecting, fixing, healing, knowing things.
And we already have a lot of points in that.
Yep. And the nerves is cool, drive, shoot, and survival.
Focus would that would give us a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That really gives us a role in the party right there, going with focus.
Perfect. Let's go focus then.
Yep, I agree.
So now we're going to pick up a skill point in drive. We'll pick up a skill point in shoot. Pick one up in survival, speech, heal, fix, dexterity, and stealth.
It's funny. This cat probably cannot actually access, does not have the skills to drive a vehicle or shoot a gun. And yet, hypothetically, if it could, it would be one of the best at it.
That's how it would throw the most dice, right? All right, so we're going to pick up a third feat. Our choices are get down, mechanic, physician, or proven driver. I don't think we have a choice here, but let's look at get down real quick.
All right.
So get down, you grab your friend and drag them away from danger 1 second before disaster. The mechanics are you and another hero quickly hide, dodge a hail of bullets, or avoid being run over without needing to roll the dice. So you just do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. This cat knows all about hiding.
Yeah. That's a great fit.
All right. So we've got that all set. Now we've got our feats all set. What is left for us? We're almost done.
Okay.
I think that's it. We've got our cat.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, this is going to be a short episode.
No, it's cool. Like the other things is, you pick up equipment. That's really all that's left. How much cash you have. If you've picked up a vehicle, you pick up which vehicle you want. But this is the heart of it.
All right. Should we look at equipment just in case?
Sure.
It says the nobody does start with a $1 item of choice.
All right, let's go to the equipment here. All right, so if you go to, so we've got guns. So we're going to skip guns, right? We've decided that's not going to work.
Probably not for this character. I have not seen any way to make the cat gun, so.
Yeah, it really focuses on guns. The other stuff that they talk about is, so like for $1, gear and services for everyday use are of little consequence. Like a pistol, a toolbox, a couple nights in a motel. That's what $1 will get you in this game. So what is something that's of little consequence that we can pick up for our nobody cat? Ball of yarn?
Ball of yarn's good.
Mm-hmm.
They might have a use for that. Maybe while they're staying out of sight, they're still trying to find a way to help. And they figure if you can get that guy in position, you might be able to trip him out.
You just roll that yarn out there for distraction.
Yeah, there you go. Now, the other thing that we've not done, we've not named this cat. We've not, given it pronouns. We don't know what kind of cat we're looking at either.
True.
I like doing that last, and that's where we are right now.
Yep.
What have our other action cat names been?
We had John Whiskers.
Nice.
Let's see, you just named the file for this one Cop Cat, or Cat Cop. Did we name Cat Cop?
I think we named it Cat Cop.
I don't think we named Cat Cop. She's just Cat Cop. And then, let's see, the Panic at the Dojo was Mary.
How about Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
John Paz Van Damme.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Or
one.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Mm.
You could just go, if you want to go right for Hunger Games, just call it Katniss.
Katniss, but with a C.
I do like John Claus, as in Claws.
Exactly. John Claus Van Damme. I think it's pretty good.
Though we did just name a cat John.
This isn't John, it's Jean.
Jean.
Oh, Jean. Like,
Jean.
It's French.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Nice.
That's pretty good.
Now, what kind of cat is this?
See, this is where I have to lean on the two of you because I'm versed well in dogs, but barely in cats.
I'm just gonna Google most common cat breeds real quick.
It's like tabby. That would be my guess.
Yeah, tabbies are pretty common.
It says the number one most common is the domestic short hair,
Classic.
which covers a lot of cats and sub breeds.
Well, I think we have to go pretty common, right? Because we've already said that Jean-Claude Van Damme is a nobody. So it's not going to be an exotic cat.
No, of course not. So I say, let's go American short hair because this movie's probably based in good old US of A, right? So specifically the domestic American short hair would be probably the most popular subclass of the domestic short hair that we could find here. And they are typically gray. So American short hair with gray fur. Could also be brown or orange, but...
Yeah, the listener can change it if they really want to, but why would you want to?
And amber or green eyes if you want to decide on that as well.
Now, the big question, and I don't know if you've done this, so... I don't know if you want to start doing it now, but you know what's the first thing I think of?
What?
What's the name of the first movie in the franchise?
Oh, we did decide that for the Action 12 Cinema Cat.
You did,
It's just named after the cat breed, which was Australian Mist.
Nice.
What would the first movie in this franchise be?
How about Hellcat Squadron? Let's have a whole squad of different action cats.
That could be.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Although, as the nobody, has this cat wandered into a more serious action movie?
That's true. Copycat?
Copycat is also very good.
I like that.
Catastrophe?
No, that's the sequel. Copycat is definitely the first movie. It's a movie about a guy who has a pet cat, right? And he's probably more the type he's trying to get out of the business of violence and espionage and all that, but he keeps getting drawn back in, and this time his cat gets drawn in with him.
Or we could do a play on John Wick, which is somebody kills the owner, and the cat seeks out revenge.
Yeah.
The owner's life of crime catches up to him. The cat learns the truth after the fact and puts together a team to get revenge.
One by one takes down the entire cabal of people that killed his owner.
There you go. That's the plot of Copycat.
Oh,
yeah.
That's funny.
So somebody get us in the writer's room.
All right.
Copycat
Very
2.
good.
The Cataclysm.
The Cataclysm. All right, cool. Well, what an episode. Made a multi movie franchise. Got our cat made.
We did.
Just to encourage those listening that actually would think about playing the game. It's a phenomenal game. It's mechanically very easy to play. It's got some really nifty mechanics that really just give you the feeling that you are in a action movie. One of the things that I love is a thing called the death roulette, which is as you get taken out, you roll a 6-sided die. And if you roll anything but a 1, then you come back to life, right? You're not dead yet, but you add another bullet to your roulette. So if it happens again, you have to not roll a 1 or a 2. If it happens again, it's a 1, 2, or a 3. It's great. And literally in the Kickstarter, they have 6-sided die that are bullets, and you roll them for your death roulette.
Ooh, that's
kind
awesome.
of like the Benny's inspiration type mechanic in it is called adrenaline, which is awesome. You get adrenaline and you spend adrenaline to do different feats. It's a very, very clever game. We did, I think we had a 5 or 6 episode AP of it on the channel, and God, we had a blast.
Nice. All right. Well, if that's everything, then I guess the final thing is, would you like to plug something here at the end?
Just what I mentioned at the beginning. I appreciate you having me on, but if people want to see somebody playing games and running lots of different types of games, just look for Third Floor Wars, just like it sounds, either on Twitch or on YouTube. And if you're into how games are made and want to hear some of the biggest names in role-playing games and some of the small names you've never heard of and how they go through the process of making games, you can find Tabletop Talk on your favorite podcatcher.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Well, unless someone has something else, I think we're ready. Avalon, do you have a cat pun for us?
I do. What is the street name for a 1920s gangster tabby?
Meow Capone?
That's a good guess, but no. It's a rat-a-tat cat.
That's good.
That's pretty good. All right. Thank you for listening, everyone. We will see you next time.
Take care.